All right, welcome guys. My name's John Kovacs here with RotoBrush. Here to address a question that we're asked over and over and over. Which type of equipment is better? What cleans the best? Negative air or brush and vac? Well, here to tell you, we offer both types of equipment. They both do a fantastic job. Your negative air machines, we've offered them for as long as we offered you negative air. So we're not biased one way or the other. So we're unique in the fact that we can tell you what's going to work best for you. I'm going to push this brush and vacuum system out of the way here, and we'll get to it here in a second. Generally, a rule of thumb, what we talk about in negative air versus brush and vac is going to be, again, what you're cleaning. Residential, light commercial, so banks, hospitals, schools, restaurants. Most of the time, that can be cleaned with your brush and vacuum system, but anything larger than that, your negative air is going to be the best option for you. Now, can the negative air clean residential applications? Absolutely. It does a fantastic job on residential as well. Your brush and vacuum system is generally going to take one person around 3 hours to clean a 2,000 square foot application, 15 registers. Our negative air, and anybody else's negative air out there, whether or not it's a truck mounted system or a portable system, generally going to take two people about 5 to 6 hours to clean that exact same 2,000 square foot application that has 15 registers. The reason why is just because of the setup time. Ours is unique in the fact that it will take two people, but you can grab this pod itself. You can pull it inside of a basement, which is something that we hear that people struggle with from time to time as well on there. But when cleaning that residential application, let me walk through the actual steps so you have a better idea of how to clean itself. So whenever you get to the customer's home, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go around and we're going to pull the register covers off. I've already taped this up, but what we have here is it's an adhesive tape that's designed by the tape guys. That's designed to seal off each one of the registers inside of the home. So this way, as you're going through with compressed air lines, you don't blow any of that dust and debris out of the actual ducts that you're cleaning. Okay, so what I've done is I'm starting from the furthest register itself, kind of give you an idea. Every 8 inches it's got a serrated edge, so it'll just pull off, okay? So I'm going to seal off every register except for the one that I'm working on. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the actual air handler itself, whether or not it's on the supply side or if it's on the return side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut an access hole into the ductwork itself. An 8 to 10 inch access hole that's going to look like this. What I'm going to do at that point, just like is here, is I'm going to take this collar and I'm going to put self-tapping screws inside of it after I've cut the hole. And I've already have it set up here for us so we can just move on. But the reason why I'm cutting this access hole isn't just to hook the vacuum up. More importantly is because I need to take a zone bag. You have zone bags that are 16 inches, 24 inches, 36 inches, depending on how large of the duct that you're going to clean. But a bladder bag is just exactly how it sounds. So you can imagine the air handler being on this side of the hole, the access hole that we cut. What I'm going to do is I insert it inside of there, and then using compressed air, I'm going to blow it up. Now it swells off, and it becomes a barrier from my vacuum to the air handler. Now, I've seen videos where you have pogo sticks, and they're great ideas to be able to clean hard to reach spots at times. But again, you're not getting around cutting an access hole into the ductwork using negative air because you have to create that barrier. I keep stressing it because it is that important. You don't want to impact those brand new coils if it's a brand new unit, or if it's an existing unit, you don't want to impact the coils with the dust and debris either. So now I've sealed off all my registers. I've got an access hole. I put my bladder bag inside of there. I put my collar in, and now I have a vacuum line coming back to my portable system. If this is a truck-mounted system, it would be on the road. What I'm going to do is I'll turn it on just for a second here so you can just have it. So now I've got my vacuum. We'll turn it off just so we can talk. The next step in the actual process itself, and a lot of people miss this step, but it's very important as well, is you're going to take a brush auger system. And you're going to go, again, from the furthest register from the air handler itself, and you're going to insert it into the duct itself. And you can see what's connected to a drill. As I hit the drill itself, it'll rotate the brush on the end of it. But I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it inside of the duct itself, and I'm going to go through all and every one of these duct lines. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to physically agitate as I go through. The reason why I'm doing this and not just using compressed air in addition to the whips is because it's kind of like cleaning a TV set. If you take your hand and you just, bounce it around, or with a rag, you bounce it around a little bit, you're going to get majority of it off. But then when you're done, you take your hand, you move it across the TV set, you'll see what you didn't get off. But I've gone through now and I've agitated each and every one of these lines. Well, now I'm going to come back with a step that most of you guys are familiar with, and that's going to be your compressed air lines. So on the end of these compressed air lines, you're going to have either a forward or reverse air sweep. So as you can see on the end of it, it'll have holes that'll push air either forward or it'll push air backwards. The reason why you have to do this is because it's depending on where you come into the system itself is going to dictate where you have to push the actual ducts and debris. So now here, I'll go ahead and hit it just so you can see. It's going to bounce around as I go through the ducts themselves. Now, Michelle, go ahead and take a look at these attachments as well. So you can see one that looks like an octopus. You'll see some that are 12 inches. You'll see some that are 24 inches. Now, again, just depending on the size of the ductwork itself, that will dictate the size of the whip itself. So now I've gone through and I've actually brushed all the dust and debris. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to push it, and I'll push it all the way through. Now, as I'm going through this home, there may be times where, I can push most of the dust and debris back through. For a commercial application, I can't get to the trunk line itself by going through a supply. So there may be times where you have to go in and you have to cut an access hole into the actual plenum itself and send it through. Now, this time, the forward air sweep, I would be pushing the air this way. So in this specific instance, I would either need to turn around and blow back this way. But if I have this 1-inch hole cut here, this would be a great opportunity to put the reverse air sweep on there and send it through, because again, it would be blowing the air back towards the access hole that I've cut this way. Now, I know that we're going through and we're using this on metal ducting. So you may be asking, okay, well, I'm in the South. How do I clean flex duct? Can I clean flex duct with negative air? Sure, at times you can. You definitely have to be careful. Make sure that the ducts aren't damaged in any way before you go through there, just so you're not obligated to replace them. But one thing that you will find out is as you go through and you're cleaning it with flex, you may have an issue pushing it through where the actual sweeps are going to hit on the bottom of it. So just be careful as you're going through pushing. You may have to access it from different points because you're going to have to come back through on all the junction boxes to clean the different supplies as it come off of it as well. But again, is it safe for it? Most of the time it's going to be safe for the flex ducting as well. Now, that's negative air. Again, fantastic process. It works very well. Negative air is where I'm going to, the commercial application, industrial application is where I'm going to tell you it's going to be more advantageous to use your negative air machine. Now, moving over to the brush and vacuum system. The brush and vacuum system is going to be safe for flex duct, duct board, insulated duct, sheet metal duct. If something looks like it's about to fall apart and you shouldn't touch it, well then replace it, don't clean it. We're a huge advocate of making sure that we do things the correct way. On this specific model, this one has three stages of filtration: a bag, a pre-filter, as well as your HEPA filtration inside of it. Our negative air has HEPA filtration in it as well. This particular model has 4 different rotation speeds that you can control by your cordless remote control. The first speed, here I'll turn them on just so you can see them here. It's going to be very slow. So this way, if you go through there and you have ductwork that may be compromised, you can just put it on rotation number 1 and have it clean there. Rotation number 2, if you're cleaning flex duct, put it on rotation number 2. Have a rotation speed number 3. Anything smaller than 16 inches, you can go ahead and clean this. Now, rotation speed number 4, if you're going in, anything larger than 16 inches in vertical height is what you're going to want to use this for. So I'll just go ahead and turn this off so we can talk a bit. The rotational speed itself, or excuse me, the actual extension on the back of this is going to be key for you guys as well. So what's going to happen is with your brush rotating, this extension is going to allow it to separate 6 inches before it actually gets to the vacuum itself. So that's what's different between the negative air and the brush and vacuum system. With the brush and vac, as it rotates, it's vacuumed up to the point of contact. So immediately as it's brushed, it's vacuumed here. Now we've seen videos out there that, you know, that ask, okay, well, can I navigate around turns? Do I get stuck on turns? Again, using the rotational speed on the cordless remote control that I have, that'll dictate whether or not you go to the left or to the right. Now, for the process part of it. So what I'm going to do whenever I come in with a brush and vacuum system, I'm going to start again from the furthest register from the air handler. Let's say that our air handler is at the other end there. I'll start from the furthest register from the air handler and I'll work my way in as I go. Now, the machine rotates bidirectional, so to the left and to the right. So if I come in here and I'm feeding it through, when I hit the end of the actual trunk line itself, I can have it rotate counterclockwise and it'll make a left-hand turn and literally go all the way through the duct for me. I can exhaust that hose 52 foot all the way down. Now as I come back out and I come to here, now I can stop my brush and have it rotate clockwise or to the right, and literally it'll make a right-hand turn for me as I go through. Okay? Now once I've done this, I can go to the next register and do the exact same process. Now as I go through, if I have it rotating clockwise, it'll make that right-hand turn, and I'm going to overlap this main trunk line 10, 15 times depending on how many registers are inside of the home. As I come back out, I can do the exact same thing. Now you ask, okay, well how do I know whether or not the trunk line's clean? How do I know whether or not the supplies are clean? Well, we have a camera that's designed to go 6 inches behind the rotating brush. So you're looking at a 7-inch LED color digital monitor to ensure that you're getting it clean, okay? So now there's never a question of whether or not the equipment works. It's just a matter of, you know, hey, whether or not your technician, you know, feels like they're done or not. So, but again, you have video documentation to, 1, validate the need for the service, but 2, validate that you did exactly what you said you were going to do, which is even more important, okay? So what we'll do is we're going to stick it through this clear duct here to help you show you how to navigate it through there. We'll have it rotating on speed number 1 there. Let me just go ahead and turn that up just a little bit. So as I go through, I have it rotating counterclockwise, and you can see it's literally going to just go ahead and make that turn, okay? These are sheet metal boots on the end of it. So again, as I come out, no problem. That extension will allow me to navigate through, in and out, whether or not it's 190, 290, 390s as I go through. There's 52 foot of hose that you have access to send all the way through. So as you're going through a supply, you can hit those main trunk lines and navigate all the way through. So again, the process is easy as far as which one you want to use. Whichever one is your favorite, you know, you can pick that. One person, you know, 3 hours to do a 2,000 square foot application. Again, our negative air generally 2 people, 4 to 5. But again, they're both great pieces of equipment. So, you know, it's your options in regard to which one you feel more comfortable with is what it is. So again, brush and vac or your negative air, we're the one-stop shop for you guys. Again, we're unique in the fact that we're the only company out there that has both types of equipment. So we're not going to be biased in, you know, what we sell you guys. Whatever you like, you know, we'll give you our opinion and what works best for you. We'll give you be a consultant in that aspect. But again, at the end of the day, we offer everything that you need for indoor air quality. So anything you need, just give us a call, 800-535-3878. Again, 800-535-3878. And we look forward to talking to you soon.